Okay, we are still up and running. Sorry, there was a brief moment there where it looked like the stream may have dipped out, guys. It should be back now, I apologise. So the Leviathan is dead. It's already dead. Which means everything on this side is now just charging the other way. I don't even know where the carronade's gone. Unless they're dead. They are dead because their weapons are there. Wow. We have routed them, basically. Zach P996, how's it going, Zach? How you doing, bud? Oh shit. Steady, steady, steady. Who's that? Oh, that's their general that's not doing anything remotely like what he's supposed to be doing. Alright, well, we'll send Wulfrik and the Skin Wolves over to give him a pasting. Oh, everything is just getting destroyed. Well, their leader is basically on his own now. So we're just going to fling the Berserkers, the Skin Wolves and Wulfrik at him. Looks like the Skin Wolves are already there, and here comes Wulfrik, and he's dead. And there we go. We beat the pirates. So really the pirates not getting very many kills at all. The carronade getting the lion's share of their kills, which of course it will because we took a slow approach and it's a ranged unit. But then it appears that we got some inadvertent cover from the rocks around the side of the pool that basically forced the carronade to come out of position, which was ultimately its undoing. The Skin Wolves apparently killed absolutely nothing, given that they only were sent after the Leviathan and then the General. I guess that makes sense, since that's only 2 models and something else obviously killed them. But even the Leviathan only getting 4 kills before it was absolutely demolished. Utterly demolished. So I mean, we should have won that battle anyway. The auto-resolve quite clearly said we would. The only real reason that I fought that battle was to stop this unit from getting killed, which we've achieved. So that's good. We keep all of our units intact. And we'll be moving on, hopefully with a decent haul of treasure to show for it. And now, having burned Bretonnia and then taken off back onto the seas, Wulfrik will be heading northeast. We'll probably have to have a showdown with Throg to try and bring the Wintertooth tribe under our banner. And then of course the Goromadni tribe in the far east, will need to go and get them as well. And then we're almost have our first goal achieved already. Our short-term campaign goal, unite the Norscan tribes under our banner. That is almost achieved. I do think, if I remember correctly, that part of the short-term goal was also to start the monster hunt quests, which we have not yet done. But I kind of feel like we'll do that once we've subdued the Norscan tribes. We'll move the monster hunt quests more into the mid-term goal while we're expanding around the coasts and keeping Bretonnia annoyed. That's when we'll do some of the monster hunt quests as well. Some of these units getting a lot of kills. These marauders, ordinary marauder warriors, getting 145 kills. That is impressive. Some more chevrons of experience gained. Love it. 88 enemy captives. I mean, this is very strange, right? I know that the Chaos, the Chaos's currency, the Warriors of Chaos, is actually called favour, right? Basically, they spend favour like money because they get all of their stuff from the Chaos Gods, right? But from a roleplay perspective, what is the difference between kill captives and sacrifice captives? They both die. So where ordinarily, even when you're doing a roleplay choice, it's like, do I kill them or do I ransom them? Well, here, it's not a case of selling them back to the enemy, it's just a case of sacrificing them to the gods. It's almost pointless doing this one, because this one's always going to be the answer, I think. We got a campaigner trait, which improves our movement range and reduces the attrition we take. We got 2,500 gold, and for 6 turns, during your antics on the high seas, you acquired a bounty of lumber that will enable the rapid construction of buildings when returned to port. So that's going to give us 30% less construction costs in all regions and 10% extra income from all buildings in all regions. So that's a lovely little bounty. Wulfrik has leveled up again. His defense is his weakness right now, but I don't know if we particularly... Do we improve it? I think we improve his defense. We'll improve his defense. And we'll continue him journeying back towards home. So 2 more turns until we gain population. We now also have 8,000 gold, and we need 3,200 for that upgrade. So I need to start looking at what upgrades I want to put where, to be perfectly honest. Troll Fjord doesn't have any resource buildings, has got a port, which means it's got 2 free slots. One of them being the slavers camp, giving us money is a good idea. I think, to be honest, the other one being this is probably going to be the best. We don't really need defences, we don't particularly need the barracks like the infantry or the cavalry lines, and everything else goes above level 3, and this is a minor settlement, so it can't get higher than that. And given that it's right next door to the main province, I don't think we need to do these recruitment buildings, so we're just going to make it a loot pile for now. Which is good, that improves that. And we're going to look at the Hellspire Mountains over here. Being able to recruit in the Hellspire Mountains is probably not a bad idea. That can certainly be improved. That takes us down to 5,900. Mountains of Naglfari. Does Naglfari Plain have any resource building? No, it doesn't. So I'm just going to go ahead. No, wait, it does. You lied to me. Alright, in that case, then we're definitely building a marble quarry. And then the last one we've got right now is the Trollheim Mountains, where we will get this because we want to improve our finance, and we'll get that as well because it shouldn't be an issue. Alright, good. That'll be that turn. Zach, how are you doing, buddy? How is work and stuff? Did you go to work today? I love how rapidly Norsca can just absorb, like Norsca in general, Norscan tribes can just absorb each other and just become one super faction. Felman Ingerson has become a taskmaster, gives him extra campaign movement range and line of sight. That's nice. And we've researched the corpulent sales technology, which further increases campaign movement speed, range. Mission issued, Engines of Hell. So we've already failed this quest once, but it's now like, recruit a flipping chariot! We'll see. I don't think we have the capability to build a chariot yet, which is why we failed it last time, but it didn't stop the game from insisting we do it. Alright. We're going to take attrition anyway, so we'll just force sail, force march. We'll roll really hard. One more turn until we can improve Ice Drake Fjord, which requires 3,200 gold. So we call it 3,300. We are about to have 5,700, which gives us... Oh, hang on. 5,700 minus 3,300. It's like 2,000 gold to spend. I might be doing that math wrong, but we'll see. That was most of it gone there. So we'll just do that, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to move Felman Ingerson up to... Well, actually, have we got any provinces that are kind of suffering public order? No, it doesn't look like it. Wow, that's very strange. I'm going to move him up to Longship Graveyard, just because Wulfrik will want to moor in Ice Drake Fjord when he gets there. So, technology. Income from sacking settlements. Immune to high seas attrition. That would be lovely. So we're going to get longer hulls just to get the immunity from high seas attrition, because we're going to be doing a lot of sailing very soon. So sailing into the unknown is always easier with more space for supplies. 10% income from sacking settlements and immune to high seas attrition. Let's get that. Nope, nope, nope. And I'm actually going to have Ulf Einarsson withdraw from raiding Kislev, because he's only making 41 gold. Oh no, I need him to stay there for now. I'll withdraw him next turn. That was more than 41 gold for sure. On my income tab when I changed him, it was definitely more than 41 gold difference. Going from 1,387 to 1,100 and something. I don't think so. That's not good. That's not proper maths. But we will have him step back into the Tower of Crack, which sounds horrible when I say it. But we'll withdraw him from Kislev. I don't want to agitate Kislev too much. For like, we had him raiding there because we needed the funds. We don't need the funds right now, and he's not bringing in enough for it to be worth continuing to do. Capitano Sisico. Alright. Wulfrik's still taking attrition because of the high seas stuff. I feel like if we move him to there, he'll stop taking attrition. I hope. Yep, he will. So his troops will start doing a bit of recovery. Ice Drake Fjord. Yep, we can now upgrade to a tribal stronghold. In a brutal land where war is the natural state, strongholds are necessary to assert effective authority. And it's now down to 2,900, which is great. So we'll upgrade that, and then we'll have a look at this area. Troll Fjord can upgrade that. That's probably going to be all we can afford. And then we will have Ulf Einarsson withdraw. So we have got a couple of lords in here. Talos Bjorgulfsson was the guy that we recruited to replace Felman Ingerson when he was wounded at the end of the battle where we confederated him, so he's just a random marauder chieftain. Leif Gulbrandsson is the former leader of the Vanaheimlings, and Surtha Ek is the former leader of Varg, who is level 6. And I actually do want to get Surtha Ek back out there. Kind of want him and Felman Ingerson are going to be... We're going to roleplay that they're in kind of competition for Wulfrik's favour. Since they're both tribal leaders from his area, they're going to try and get that that sort of lieutenant's position. But we can't afford to give them both a massive army right now, so they're going to just have to accompany him to battle and try and perform some great feats. God, our strength compared to Bretonnia is just huge. And apparently Nordland has no strength to muster against us. Alright. So we've got some more population surplus in the Ice Tooth Mountains. These guys need 2. So in 3 turns we can upgrade one of these 2. And I think I'm probably going to prefer Longship Graveyard just because it's on the coast. It's a very minor reason to choose that instead. But seems like a law correct one for the Norscans. So we've got Wulfrik here. He's going to continue his way up the Sea of Claws, that's the one. And then we need to start... it doesn't look like Wintertooth have anything really, they have 3 settlements, so Throg is bound to be up here somewhere. And that's going to be Wulfrik's target next, is going to be Throg. Jason has gained the trait Raider because he spent so long raiding Aghol without them doing anything about it.
A negotiation. How about this? I let you talk, then we do.
As we've said, a lot of our mid to long term goals involve Bretonnia getting beaten. So unless they're going to pay us money, there'll be no peace at all. It's not something we're interested in doing. We want to have the ability to just turn up and burn their stuff whenever we think we can get away with it. Okay, there we go. Raider, that just gives him more money from raiding really and causes the settlement that he's near to have less public order. I actually want to take Surtha X mount off him. I want him on foot.
My challenge? Undeniable.
So Wulfrik's gonna jump into Ice Drake Fjord,
To the 4 corners.
patch up his army.
Tribal fury.
So what I am going to do is I'm going to give Surtha a unit of marauders with great weapons, and we're actually going to give Felman the same.
Norsca.
Felman has leveled up. We'll give him Voice of the Dark Gods as well. In fact, no we won't. Because we know that he's about to become... oh yeah, we have to choose one of these, don't we? Alright, yeah, we'll give him Voice of the Dark Gods. And we're also going to recruit him some marauders with great weapons. Essentially, because we can't afford to give either of them a full army right now, they're just going to have that unit as like a bodyguard unit. And then they're going to accompany Wulfrik's army around. So we start looking at our cities this way round. Or our provinces rather. Vanaheim Mountains is the most productive in terms of cash for me. Bjornling's Gathering can be upgraded, so let's do that. We have an unassigned skill point for Jason. Is there anything about raiding in the blue campaign stuff? Doesn't actually look like it, which is very interesting. We'll give him Route Marcher, because he's covered quite some distance. He is on another continent altogether. So that'll be it for that turn. Harwolf Southbane. Oh, he's not the one we're looking for. He's not the troll we're looking for. Rupert Pritzcock. Oh, that is interesting. The Empire Elect accounts are fighting amongst themselves. Right, Wulfrik's army are now fully replenished, so he's going to start heading east. Surtha Ek is of course going to follow suit. We really should give these guys a name so we can pick them out on the battlefield, since they're Surtha's bodyguards. We'll call them Ekals, based off of Huskarls. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. It helps if you spell it right. Ingersons Huskarls. That's exactly what they're going to be. They are his bodyguards. And we'll rename them to X. We'll call them Surtha X Huskarls.
Speak.
So he's going to follow Wulfrik, and next turn when Wulfrik moves past Longship Graveyard, will he be moving past it, or will he be taking to the water? I think he'll really need to take to the water. So we'll have Felman just get ready. Apparently we've encountered Ostermark. Bjornling's Gathering. No, Bjornling's Gathering. Thank you. Alright. We really should get somewhere that we start building up these. So we'll get a Ruinous Altar at Bjornling's Gathering. And we'll pick up whatever that is in the water on the way round. I don't think it will be particularly difficult for us to absorb Wintertooth and Goromadni. They should be fairly easy to beat. Felman Ingerson has gained the trait Sea Legs, multiple turns spent at sea. Alright, Wulfrik can get to whatever that is, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Surtha next to it. I'm going to move Felman next to it. I don't know if they can actually reinforce on this, but then we're going to have Wulfrik go out. In the aftermath, clearly, two ships met in combat and brought each other low, their rival crews drowning in battle and hatred. But their loss could be your gain, as the sunken ships lean on each other in an unstable fashion. Time is short. Salvage must be sought quickly. So we can either perform better in campaign or perform better in battle. One is a haul of true silver, exquisite blades, arrowheads and armour for the battlefield. One is a sunken chest. I think that really the loot is the real RP choice, right? So we're going to go to the Hall of True Silver. It's 1,000 gold and 10 turns of +8 armor piercing damage, 15 armor and 8% weapon strength. Not bad. Not bad at all. So we'll have Felman head round to the Bay of Blades. We'll have Wulfrik follow him around. And Surtha following Wulfrik. Where's Wulfrik going to stop? Okay. And you know what? Just because we're talking about roleplay and Norscans are kind of about, like, every man's got to prove he's tough, right? Ulf Einarsson doesn't really have anything to do. We are gonna... Whoops, no, that's not what I wanted. I'm gonna rename these guys. Mostly so I can tell them apart on the battlefield, but also for a bit of flavour. He's caught wind of what's going on at the Bay of Blades, and he wants in, so he's on the move as well. And he's also gonna catch wind that everybody else is not utilising a mount, so he's gonna get off his chariot. Alright. We've got... oh, we can actually upgrade Longship Graveyard to a Norse village. Well, let's do that. We'll just save because we're at turn 40. Nice round number. So now we've got a whole lot of minor Norscan forces flocking to Wulfrik's banner to go and join him in the battle against Wintertooth. Mostly because we can't really afford to give anybody a full army right now. But also for the roleplay purposes of, like, I don't have a favourite, so I'm just going to kind of let them earn the favouritism by doing good in battle. The way that Wulfrik would probably have them earn it. So Jason is the only chief right now that's not with Wulfrik because he's busy raiding Aghol lands. Wulfrik has gained sea legs. Huzzah.
The eternal challenger. The correct path.
Wow, he can move like Billy-O.
On the move.
Alright, Wulfrik's going to be on the move up there.
Enslave the Southerners. Bring death. Understood.
Felman Ingerson is going to follow Wulfrik up that valley.
Enslave the Southerners.
Ulf Einarsson is going to fall in behind.
Chieftain of the tribe.
With Surtha Ek trailing as well.
Eagle guides me.
So we've got a whole lot of scary Norscans coming up here now. We're not making a whole mass of money right now, which is not fantastic. I've got 4 additional slots total in here. One of those is going to be the Dark Furnace eventually. That will probably not stay in the end up. I'm not actually sure what to build at Ice Drake Fjord. Really, money is the smart choice right now. So I think we'll actually go with that So I still kind of can't decide. I do want to get armies that have the special units in, but I do want a more Norscan warrior focused feeling army. Still haven't spotted Throg moving around on his turns. I actually forgot about Mung. They're a Norscan tribe in the far, far northwest corner of the map. I forgot about them.
A challenge?
Alright.
An
Wulfrik's going to
unstoppable
make the
force.
border.
Despoil and ravage. The eagle guides me. Take what's theirs.
Oh, Ulf Einarsson's really falling behind. He's actually going to have to use the forced march stance just to keep up.
War
We'll move Surtha Ek first.
Decamping. Overrun the world.
I suppose he's actually not.
The tribe consents.
He's still within Wulfrik's circle if we move him to there. We built a clan enclave at Bjornling's Gathering, which has unlocked an additional slot, but we haven't got enough money to use the slot right now. And we are going to need to inform Wintertooth of our intentions.
What?
Throg doesn't seem happy to see us, but
Don't care who you are! I smash your face in!
you will care. So there we go. Now Wintertooth knows we're coming. Wintertooth is not the one that is coming. Norsca is the one that is coming. I wonder actually by their end turn, it sounds like they're shouting Norsa. I wonder if they're not Norsca at all, if they're Norsa. This video should end up on YouTube, so if anybody happens to watch the VOD on Twitch later on or catch it on YouTube, if you do know the answer to that, please let me know. I would rather say it correctly. Luther Law. Hey, we've researched longer hulls. And we've failed that mission again. Alright, we've completed a first stash at Ice Drake Fjord. We will immediately upgrade that to a Beast Tanner. Jason has gained another rank. As much as it's not directly raiding, I feel like the roleplay choice is Takers of All. That which is not offered up to the dark gods of the north in tribute is harvested by their servants for their own petty gain. That is pretty much what Jason's levelling up doing, is raiding alcohol up here. Although right now he's not getting any money from it. So actually, if you're not making money from it, why don't we chuck you on a boat and have you start trying to catch up with Wulfrik's war. Right. Felman Ingerson. Surtha Ek. Ulf Einarsson. And Wulfrik the Wanderer. There we go, they're all in. The auto-resolve is nice and in our favour. All of our units are healthy, so hopefully we shouldn't lose anybody. And we did not. 13 kills for Surtha Ek, 31 for his bodyguards, 83 kills for Felman Ingerson, 25 for his bodyguards, 49 kills for Ulf Einarsson, and approximately 80 kills for his retinue, with 71 for Wulfrik. So, I mean, Felman actually out-killed Wulfrik in that fight. And we will just occupy it. And he gained a potion of toughness as well. Surtha gained a Drake Hunter's banner. The ability to bring down a frost worm or ice drake marks one out as special amongst the sagas of the Northmen. Nice.
Enslave the Southerners. Slaughter the
Surtha indeed leveled up. Eye of the Gods. The slightest glance, the merest glimpse from one of the dark gods is sufficient to propel their playthings to ever greater feats of desolation. Yeah, definitely feel like that's appropriate.
Despoil and ravage.
And Ulf Einarsson as well. Ulf likes having his fearsome warrior retinue with him. Okie do. Champions of War. Every new war brings the Marauders bloody, gore-drenched glory in battle, whether in victory or in death. +2 recruit rank for all Marauder units. I'm not crazy in thinking something already gave them +1 recruit rank, right? And +10% income from post-battle loot. We're going to get the Champions of War before we get stronger ores. Ah, Wulfrik's leveled up as well. We're going to give Wulfrik the Eye of the Gods, I think. And we're actually going to move everybody back into Wulfrik's circle, because they're not in it right now. Gunda Wolf Splitter is running south from Winterpire. Doesn't particularly look like he wants to fight. But that's fine, because we're not looking for him, we're looking for Throg. Clan Moulder have been destroyed. That is interesting, because they're the ones that are up here. Help It is their starting point, just in there. Quest issued! Ooh, first quest. Wulfrik, Sword of Torgald. Have 4 of any of the following units, Marauder Berserkers or Regiment of Renowned Marauder Berserkers, in the following Lord's army. Wulfrik is a cursed individual, for he is the ever-restless eternal challenger, also known as the World Walker. He is forever compelled by the Dark Gods to wander the old world in search of worthy opponents to fight to the death. Every hero, champion and monster who has heard the utterance of his undeniable challenge so far has fallen defeated before him, with their skulls taken as his trophies. And still, Wulfrik's burning desire to engage in murderous single combat always remains unsated. As they had so often done in the past, the gods send Wulfrik a vision. In his dreams he sees the petty kingdom of men known as Bretonnia, where he glimpses a great and lauded hero atop a mighty charger, rescuing the weak and punishing the wicked. To Wulfrik's delight, his vision shows the horseman to be completely drenched in blood, a sign that this formidable warrior is undoubtedly his next quarry. Such is this opponent's worth that Wulfrik anticipates the most glorious of duels, culminating in his victory and a murderous offering that cannot go unnoticed by the gods. To draw the great hero out, Wulfrik must first have his warband raid and despoil in Bretonnia itself, by wreaking havoc and spilling the blood of innocents. Only the fiercest and most bloodthirsty of Norscan marauders would be suitable for such work. So ironically, we already are almost at that unit cap. We have 3 units of Marauder Berserkers in Wulfrik's army. So if we had an additional one, we would complete that quest. I do kind of like Wulfrik's army balance right now. But I suppose whilst they're temporarily stopped, we can game it a little bit.
Slaughter the sheep.
So we'll have Wulfrik's most healthy Marauder unit swap out.
4 corners.
And we will... 5 turns! Jesus. And they're not cheap, neither. But we'll get them in because we need it for the quest. Right. Meanwhile, Jason is going to head to Varg camp. Longship Graveyard can upgrade its port, or its wharf, to a longship builder, which is worth doing. Lord not moved yet, I know. Gunderwolf Splitter. Still not seeing Throg. I don't know where he's hiding, but he's hiding somewhere. Doesn't seem particularly Norscan of him. Oh, hello. So the Empire are penetrating deep into the Norscan mountains, and look like they may even be beating Wintertooth.
I am the Wanderer. Enslave the Southerners. Overrun the world.
Right, we have 2,000 gold. Longship graveyard. What do we build here? Ah, money, because you haven't got money buildings. So you've got the infantry line, which is fine. Doomkeep has the cavalry line. Ice Drake Fjord has the smithy line right now, and we'll probably keep it. It may get rid of these two. Okay. I think we'll probably get a Victi Temple in Ice Drake Fjord. And then maybe this for one of them two. And possibly defences as well. We'll make it kind of a Norscan sort of infantry cavalry base. And then fortify the capital. Bay of Blades and the Tower of Crack. Bay of Blades, you can get a first dash. Good. I'm a little bit disconcerted with the Imperial presence in the mountains up here. It's nowhere near our campaign goals to get entangled in a war with the Empire, or even the Elector Counts. But having them storming through the mountains of Norsca seems like something we wouldn't like. Let's get a Warhound's Kennel in Bjornling's Gathering, and we'll start going up this line that gives us armoured skin wolves by the end. Because we don't yet really have, well, we haven't got a place that I've set as the point to do this from. So Bjornling's Gathering is going to be it. There are a lot of Kislevites going down towards that settlement. I do not like it. Shrine or shine. This weather is brutal, even by northern standards. A vicious hailstorm blows up from nowhere. As it howls down upon your settlement, you realize you have neither the time nor the materials to reinforce all of your buildings. Will you have your people try and save the shrines, or secure the loot piles? Interesting. I think probably securing the shrines would be more important to the Norscans than the loot pile. You don't want your shrines blowing over, so we're going to go with shrines fortified.
Chieftain of the tribe. Understood. True savages. Who's next?
There we go. Are they going to take Winterpire? I don't know how Winterpire is still holding out. I feel like there's 2 full 20 stacks of Kislevites there now. Oh, Manblight tribe made a grave error in judgment there.
Tribesmen, gather! Marauding! The hound compels! World Walker!
Alright. This should be the turn where Wulfrik gets his 4th Berserker unit, and that should be that quest piece completed. And we'll find out what the next part of that quest is. It's probably going to be to go and raid Bretonnia or something, or send an agent to Bretonnia. It does look like it's meant to guide you that way. Which is fine, because it's literally one of our objectives for the campaign. What the hell is he doing there? I've never seen him there before. He's on the wrong side of the mountains. There we go. So we've completed that. We've gained 1500 treasury for it. And we now got the next part. Move any character to the following region. Caron, yeah, I thought it would be. Wulfrik gazes out at the twisted men and brutish beasts of his raiding party with a wry smile. It is truly a terrifying force of bloodthirsty killers, some of whom had already accompanied him across the world countless times before. All of them, however, have qualities that the great Norscan world walker demands of all of his followers. An inclination to perpetually murder and raid, and the dedication to loyally march with him as he seeks his challengers. With his warband now sufficiently bolstered with the deadliest killers in Norsca, it is time for him to set sail for the land of chivalry. And we have a new mission: recruit the following type of unit, a war beast. The creatures of chaos wastes are blessings from the dark gods. We should use their mortal children and bring ruin to the enemy. We'll see. I don't actually plan on doing that. This unit of marauders that berserkers rather that have been recruited, because we stopped here for a very strange reason to pick one unit up, and it's Aesling's Conclave. I'm actually going to call these Aesling's Tribe. So I don't know who the hell Aesling is in lore. Aesling, whichever one it is. But this was his conclave, and we kicked the crap out of it. I can't imagine that an occupation by the Norscans is ever peaceful, so it was probably a highly bloody affair. And we're going to say that these 100 men, most of whom at this point are boys, are basically the survivors of this, right? And we've scraped them all up, we've picked them up. Most of them are probably scrawny little half-dead, half-starved things, and we've basically told them the whole reason we're here is because Throg will not come and fight Wulfrik. So these guys are now pissed at Throg, they're on our side, but because it kind of messes with the balance of Wulfrik's army, I am going to move them. We're going to bring these marauders back from Ulf Einarsson, and Aesling's tribe are going to join Ulf Einarsson's retinue. And then we are going to set off.
To the four corners! Wandering.
And there are no Kislevites down here. So strange.
Journey
So we're going to have Jason jump over the border to the land of the Altar of Spawns. He could probably win, but if we confederate Throg, it's not going to matter. So we're just going to have him start raiding them next turn. Now we have 3,500 gold. The Doom Keep can be upgraded. Let's do it. I do not know where Throg is. I'd really rather not have to take his settlements and try and figure out where he is. I'd rather just fight Throg and confederate him. But I can't seem to figure out where he's hiding. Wow, the Barrow Legion have taken Carroburg. Good lord, the undead are definitely doing some strange stuff. Alright, there's the Champions of War mechanic unlocked. Mechanic research. So now we've got Marauders of the West, Raiders of the East, Scavengers of the New World. Interesting. But I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to get the first monster hunter so that we can start to see where that's going to send Wulfrik. So for those who dwell in the shadow of chaos, monster hunting is a most savage pleasure. And it also gives us +1 recruit rank for Norscan Warhounds and Norscan Ice Wolves, which we don't have yet, but... Alright, Gunda Wolf Splitter has 5 units in his army and is an 8-unit garrison.
A challenge? My challenge? Undeniable. The hound compels. War unceasing. This way. Dominate! The hound compels. The eternal challenge.
So I'm not seeing any Wintertooth settlements down this way. Goramadni or whatever they're called are there.
Wulfrik. Finally, a fight. Drown them in blood.
So we should comfortably win that. No units lost, just what we like to see. Felman Ingerson with 60 kills, Surtha Ek with 31, Ulf Einarsson with 79, Wulfrik with 38. Harwolf Southbane was killed in the battle. Gunda Wolf Splitter was killed in the battle. Felman Ingerson has gained another rank. A Chaos Lord dominates. Lesser beings cringe from a being that is so intently under scrutiny from the Dark Gods. Dominating presence. I think we're going to give Felman Ingerson dominating presence. Wulfrik, meanwhile, Wulfrik we will give Voice of the Dark Gods. Alrighty.
My challenge? Undeniable.
So we're going to have to wait a couple of turns to replenish our numbers again. I'm actually very tempted to just have Jason try and take the Altar of Spawns. See, his army is Surtha X Old Army, which has got a war mammoth in it, but otherwise is not ideal.
Where's my next quarry?
Alright. So we can upgrade Ice Drake Fjord's Ruinous Kiln to a Dark Furnace, which gives +2 recruit rank for all units recruited there. So let's get that done, and we'll also upgrade the Beast Tanner to a Slavers Camp for a bit more money in Longship Graveyard. I don't have any idea where Throg has ended up, so I think we're just going to have to defeat Wintertooth the conventional way by taking all of their cities, which obviously there's only one left now, but then maybe we'll try confederating them at the start of this next turn. I don't think they're receptive unless you've beat them. But by the balance of power we've got with them, they have like 1% strength to our 99% strength. Realistically, they cannot defeat us. They know that. So maybe they will confederate. I don't really want to defeat them because then I don't get Throg in my army. I think if we like kill his faction off without confederating him, and I would kind of like Throg to be one of my leaders. So first job.
Disorder! All the world is meat for my grinder! You first!
You still don't wanna. Okay. Well, we're not making peace with you. They have only got one settlement. Which kind of tells me that when they build another army, it's probably going to be led by Throg. He might have been wounded or something. So we're just going to force march towards them.
Northmen come, all the way. The crow directs me. Enslave the southerners.
We'll surround them, we'll wait for Throg to spawn, we'll beat Throg in battle and then confederate him.
I hear you. Moving out.
I hope. David! How are you doing, buddy? And Charlie, thank you for the host. We are kicking ass, I must say. Right now we have a conga line of Norscans just kicking the crap out of people. trying to confederate Wintertooth without destroying their last settlement, because I want Throg on my roster. But he's hiding, for lack of a better word. I don't know where he is, so I can't beat him.
I've little time for talking.
What the hell do you want?
Much time for killing.
Oh, snap! Alright, and they own a lot of the north of the Empire, so that's going to be rough. Okay. That somewhat makes leaving Throg behind a bit of a pain.
I rule! All the world is meat for my grinder! You first!
There's a high chance that they would take a peace treaty, but not a high chance that they'd do much of anything about it.
Never!
Thing is, as far as I know about the Norscan mechanics, it has to be Wulfrik that defeats Throg in battle in order to confederate him, not just my army defeats Throg army, although I might be wrong. But now, since Wulfrik has the main army, I kinda need him to go the opposite direction.
Take what's theirs.
So I actually think I'm gonna pull Jason away from the Altar of Spawns and set him to raid. Wulfrik is going to turn around and start heading for Kislev. David, thank you so much for the 250 bits, dude. Appreciate it. I hope you have a good stream. I will possibly see you later on. I know where to find you. I do. You're terrible at hiding, unlike Throg. What are you streaming, David? What are you going to be going on? If you're still there. Kislev. There we go. Oh, eager for blood. Your warriors have not seen enough action recently. They grow restless and crave the screams and panic of southerners fleeing the mayhem your war-heards love to bring. The men care not whether they raid farms or cities, they just want to cause havoc and honour the gods with the agonies of their enemies. Send them somewhere quickly before they turn on each other. Interesting. Well, we'll say demolish their farms just because the farms kind of come first, but they're about to get plenty of action.
To the four corners! Done and done. Advancing!
Okay, there's Dmitry Tsaryov with 11 regiments and a 6 garrison.
I am the Wanderer. Ahead!
Chieftain of the tribe. Done. Set by the serpent.
True savages. You have my favor. The hound compels. Understood. Marauding. Refuse.
Let's take a quick screenshot of that. And Jason's watching the altar of spawns to see if Throg emerges at all. Alright, Doomkeep. Getting a slavers camp. Oh, Dmitry Tsaryov obviously doesn't think he's going to win. I feel like Kislev may have made a terrible, terrible decision. A surfeit of loot. While raiding across the sea, your warriors discover rich pickings in a coastal village that was easily overcome. So rich, it turns out, that your ships, already heavy with earlier plunder, cannot carry all you wish to take. What should they load up with, and what should they leave behind? We had this in the last session, and I think realistically, taking iron, arms and armor and physical stuff instead of food, which is potentially going to go bad, like, this is the correct choice from a roleplay standpoint. Alright. They have a garrison of 6.
Overrun the world. On the prowl. Tribesmen, gather! Decamping. Bloodthirsty. The eagle guides me.
To the four corners! Not a chance!
What do you mean? Get in there. Yeah, they don't stand a chance in hell. Wulfrik 17 kills. Einarsson 21. Surtha 12. Felman Ingerson didn't get any kills. Apparently we can't take Kazid Bordkarag. That is interesting. I can't for the life of me remember which one of these is which. I mean, clearly they all decrease the opposite one to the one you pick, but I think for the first one I'm going to pick Raise for the Hound, just because dogs and especially wolves are my favourite animal, so we're going to go with Raise for the Hound. Ulf Einarsson has gained a Greyling Weirkin follower. From one of the 7 dominant tribes of Norsca, this abject fiend attracts better than average skinwolves to the pack, and the hunt that surely follows. Melee attack +4 for all skinwolf, Norscan ice wolves and Norscan warhound units in his army, and speed +5% for all skinwolves, wolves and warhound units. Nice. We also gained the weapon Trollfang Dagger, +6 attack and enables poison attacks. We gained the weapon Fimir Hammer. We gained a potion of strength. So we got quite a lot of loot there from Kazid Bordkarag.
Yes.
Wulfrik gained a level. Skinwolves in the Wanderer's service enjoy speed and skill beyond even their preternatural capabilities. Fervent creatures. Yeah, we'll get that. Because he has got a couple of skinwolf. Well, he's got a skinwolf unit. Ulf Einarsson has also leveled up. I think Fury of the Hound sounds like the Hound is Khorne. And it's got berserk and stuff in there. Seduction of the Serpent feels like that is Slanesh, who I think is like lust and stuff. And then I don't know which one of these is... Oh, Plague of the Crow has to be Nurgle, which means that the Sorcery of the Eagle has to be Tzeentch, the god of change, I believe. I mean, for Ulf Einarsson, we're just going to get Fearsome Warriors again. We'll improve his weapon, strength and melee attack for all of his basic infantry units.
I'm listening.
I'm going to head back this way. Going to continue improving the Icetooth Mountains, our capital province. Now we have decided that the infantry and the cavalry buildings are in Doomkeep, well, Longship Graveyard and Doomkeep respectively. Icedrake Fjord is going to do the smithy and I think, did we say the temple as well? Yeah. And potentially defences too. That improves local recruitment capacity, so maybe we'll go with those two. So Doomkeep. Yeah, I think we'll go with the loot pile, which is 950. And this is the way that I kind of like to do. Once you get a bigger empire and you don't have enough money to really just keep up with everything that needs doing, I like to do my capital province and then kind of just like spread outwards from there. So I'm doing my capital province and then the Vanaheim Mountains as well. And I always put economy before anything else because it makes the rest of it quicker. At least it does in my mind. Fort Straghoff has a 13 garrison and Dmitry Saryav has an 11 army. So there's 24 units in there. We've got more than 24 coming out of the mountains. Ah, there's Throg. Which kind of means that I need Wulfrik over there ASAP, because I'm still not 100% sure that, that if Jason beats Throg, that will be enough to confederate him. I may not even end up using Throg as a leader, I just want the option. I don't want to kill him off. There we go, we've got the Monster Hunter. Which should mean, there we go, level 1 Monster Hunters. Frigustrex, Scion of the Cold Void. A dangerous, murderous frost verm is a great offering to the gods indeed. And none are more dangerous and murderous than Frigustrex, Scion of the Cold Void. It appears only where the worst snowstorms fall, so to hunt it down you must battle the worst of the elements as well as the monster itself. Hunt down and slay the deadly frost verm known as Frigustrex, Scion of the Cold Void, which will give us ancient frost worm scale, which appears to be like armor, I think. And it unlocks the Cold Voider Frostworm Regiment of Renown, so we would actually recruit the Cold Voider, and gives us 10,000 treasury. Ooh! So there's 3 there. Free available. I don't know if I want to take it immediately, because I kind of want to see where it happens. But I'm also a little bit worried that there'll be like a timer or something, because I've never done it before. We'll okay. With the appearance of giant winged monsters, frost verms are thought to be a type of chaos-mutated dragon that dwells in the underground passageways of the old world's coldest climes. Amongst the northern tribes there are tales of one such monstrous frost verm called Frigostrex, scion of the Cold Void, that has terrorized the tundra for centuries. Witnesses say that when it comes out of hibernation, it emerges from the ground in a heartbeat to indiscriminately devour all unknowing passers-by who get too close to its territory. Located somewhere at the frozen northern end of Troll Country. Recently, the Tower of Crack and the surrounding areas north of Troll Country have been inexplicably blanketed by freakishly bad snowstorms. Word also reaches you that entire tribes have disappeared from the region without a trace, reportedly perishing in the extreme weather. This is highly unusual. It is not like the hardy Northmen to succumb to the freezing elements so easily. A lot more likely explanation is brought to you by a few survivors who managed to escape the storm. They say that it was not the icy weather that swallowed their fellow tribesmen up, but a giant dragonish shadow lurking in the blinding blizzard. If there is even the slightest chance that the fabled Frigostrex is out of hibernation and on the prowl, then further investigation is warranted. This could end up being a bountiful hunt indeed. Alright, so we need to raid this region to get Frigostrex, which, given that we're right next to it, is, you know, pretty much a given. Fort Straghoff, 13 garrison, 11 army. Is there anybody who can't quite get to it? Ulf might struggle.
The hound compels.
Marauders all! On the prowl.
Chieftain of the tribe, sent by the serpent. Drown them in blood. They can't hide.
They have a lot of elite crossbowmen. They have a mortar. I think it will be bloody if we attack straight off, but at the same time we don't really have a choice because we need to get back up north to deal with Throg. We kind of want to deal with Frigostrex on the way through. So we're just going to attack. We're going to go full Norscan. Our Ice Wolf's chariot is up to full experience. It's wow. I mean, they need a name. They're basically a regiment of renown now. Even though I feel like they've not done all that much. So with our valuable veterans mod, both us and the AI will be getting leadership, melee attack and melee defense buffs from their experience. Hopefully, our Norscans will be strong enough to take the city. We do also have 4 badass lords with us, so there'll be plenty of melee leadership. We'll keep the horsemen at the back because they're probably not going to be able to help us out all that much.
Prepare to ruin.
Skin wolves don't have the ability to climb ladders, so we'll have to keep them hidden as well as the ice wolves' chariot. Although that seems a lot harder to hide. I don't actually think it can hide. But given the setup of the city, I think if we stick it in this corner it will probably be safe.
Wulfrik the Wanderer.
Right, everything else. I want Wulfrik up by the gate.
Chaos Marauders.
I actually want berserkers at either end of this bit of wall. But what we're also going to do is stick some marauders who have shields in front of the berserkers,
Your will.
so that hopefully anything that shoots at them as they're charging for the walls struggles to hit them, basically.
Chaos Marauders.
There we go.
That's what the masters bid. Chaos Marauders. Yes, Lord. Chaos Marauders. Your will. Your will.
Alright. So we'll start the battle. We're going to have the marauders sprint down to there, with the berserkers putting their ladders up and Wulfrik stopping roughly at the bottom. They've got crossbowmen up there. 84 leadership, 21-26 attack and defense. They've got more leadership but not as much as attack. Alright. I'm going to stack my javelin men up down there for now. Stack the axe throwing marauder hunters up down there as well. Put the... no wait. You guys there. Berserkers up the ladder. Alright, here. I want you guys down there. Spearmen up the ladder. Marauders down there. Berserkers up the ladder. Right, everybody should now be moving on this front. Yes, they are. And here come the extras. So Surtha is there. Tell you what, you down there. Where is Surtha's Huskarls? Are they on the field yet? I don't think that they are. You're gonna go there because you can't get in. Surtha X Huskarls, there we go. You guys are going over the wall there. Felman Ingerson. You're going to want to be down that way. Where's Felman's Huskarls? There they are. Ulf Einarsson is over here. So I think he's going to want to be up here. No worries, Zach. Did you have a good time at work? Was work easy? The Berserkers here don't seem to be getting particularly well protected by anybody with shields, which was not really the plan, but I don't know, maybe they're getting a little bit of protection. There's the mortar getting involved. Good God, who's going up there? Those berserkers have been bashed. Oh my God, we are taking massive hits. Wow. Okay. Alright. Wulfrik's on the wall, which is good. Wait. It doesn't seem to be... Oh no, we can do it on here. Ha ha ha. Can we or can't we? We can. Do that, please. Oh bollocks, it did it down the bottom. Okay. Alright. Ulf Einarsson is up on the wall. He's not going to want to waste any time. Surtha is not on the wall just yet. Neither is Felman. Shit. Alright. What is going on this side? There we go. Ulf Einarsson is no wait. Stand up on the walls. Ulf Einarsson is single-handedly gone down off the walls on that side of the castle. There's Dmitry Saryov. Okay, who's not doing stuff? You guys are apparently not doing stuff. You guys are definitely not doing stuff. Neither are you guys. Aisling's tribe are up on the wall. Okay, there are enemy swordsmen coming up there now. Surtha X on the wall. Felman Ingerson is also on the wall. There's only 26 of you guys left. It's probably worth you running the fuck away. There's only 20 of you guys left. It's probably worth you running away as well. Ah, good. Surtha's off the wall. And he can go and help Ulf Einarsson.
That's the master's feet! This area is sacred!
That's Ulf Einarsson charging in there. And Surtha Ek following him in. Two Norscan giants. Well, I mean, they're not actually giants, but... doesn't seem like anybody really wants to fight them, to be honest. These berserkers are just kind of in the street, apparently getting shot at because they've got nothing better to do. Where the hell are you? Surtha X Huskars are up on the wall. Ingerson's Huskars are also on the wall. But at least they're near Felman. Surtha's Huskars apparently forgot who they were supposed to be bodyguarding. There we go, there's Surtha's Huskars.
Chaos Marauders!
Slay! Spill their fear!
Chaos Marauders!
Oh wow, a unit of Ulf's Raiders just stayed in the fucking trees the whole time. That's a little bit sneaky of you lads. You think we could get you over to the battle?
Yes, Lord! Chaos Marauders!
Wulfrik the Wanderer!
Wulfrik is apparently free of that melee. And there's 18 psychopathic berserkers that are still with him, but I'm going to pull them out, see if hopefully they can avoid death. Felman Ingerson has also broken free, but I'm going to keep him in the wall fight. He's going to run this way. Ulf Einarsson. There's plenty there for you to fight, Ulf. Go, chaps. Wulfrik is off the wall now. He's making a beeline for the town centre. Felman Ingerson. I think that looks like it's about to be a chain route. There we go. It was bloody. It was brutal. But we won. We took a lot more casualties running up to the wall than I thought we would. The handgunners especially really wrecked us. It's a very high damage unit for the Empire, and they are armour piercing as well. Not that we've got a whole lot of armour, but we don't have a lot of shields, so not very few shields, not a lot of armour. Against Empire crossbowmen and handgunners, we are going to get cut down in droves. But despite that, we still only lost about 660 men. The Empire lost 1,300 men, which is, well, more or less the entire garrison. And they will lose the rest anyway because it was a siege battle. Wulfrik with 92 kills personally. There we go. And we didn't lose any units, which is super good. We're not particularly desperate for the money. We'll raise this one in the raise them for the crow for Nurgle.
Where's my next quarry?
Okie doke. Wulfrik gaining another level. The Eternal Challenger. Beware drunken boasts made in sight of the dark gods, lest they hold you to such claims. Extra armor piercing damage. That sounds good to me. And Surtha Ek has also leveled up. Surtha Ek, I think, definitely fearsome warriors. We will pick up the stronger oars now. Once you've rowed the breadth of the Middle Sea a few times, relentless slaughter does little to tire you.
Enslave the Southerners. Slaughter the sheep. Decamping.
Alright, Ice Drake Fjord, we can upgrade the corral to a ruinous stables, which will provide us with Marauder Ice Wolves chariots and Marauder Horsemasters. We'll definitely pick that up. Here we go, Pack Ice Bay can also be upgraded to a level 3. We'll go ahead and make that decision. And we will upgrade the Warhound kennels to Warwolf dens. Now, I like to play in the ownership one. In terms of strength, how are Kislev looking against us? Not very good. So I think we definitely kicked in a substantial portion of their military. I think what we'll do is we will raise Zoishenk and then we'll swing north. We'll come up here and we'll raid in our own region to get the Frost Verm quest, and then we'll have to try and get round this way to get at Throg.
I'm not stupid.
I may even let the other three deal with Zoishenk and just have Wulfrik head straight that way.
My challenge? Undeniable.
Heinrich Kemmler. Nordland going to war with Ostermark and Ostland. Lots of infighting amongst the Elector Counts, which is good for us, stops them uniting against us. Jason had his army blocked by Garakis. Throg now has 4 units and Sigwulf Riddleson behind him. So we may want to withdraw with Jason before he ends up outnumbered. Now, Wulfrik is going to move this way. I do want him to be able to start raiding because I want him to get replenished. In fact, pretty much everyone's going to do that, to be honest.
On the prowl, enslave the Southerners. The Hound compels. I submit. Bring death. Chieftain of the tribe.
Here we go, the Norscan horde moving into Zoishenk and raiding it. Ice Tooth Mountains, Ice Drake Fjord.
To the 4 corners!
It's not very creative or inventive, but we're just going to name them the Ice Tooth Chariots, because they have reached rank 9, and typically if a unit reaches rank 9 with me, I like to give it a name if it hasn't already got one. Alright, Ice Drake Fjord can afford to upgrade something, because it can afford to upgrade that. Now, What did we say I wanted in here? I do actually want a ruinous altar. So I'm going to demolish that now that we're getting a level 3 in the Doom Keep instead. In the Vanaheim Mountains, you are going to upgrade that to a full Chaos Shrine. There we go. Ulf Einarsson gaining the Raider trait there. Felman Ingerson has gained another rank. I think we will give him a Takers of All. Right, Wulfrik, I want to keep moving you forward. So we'll move as close that way as we can. Feel like it just adjusted itself a second there. And keep raiding for the replenishment. Soyshenk has a garrison of 6 units, 2 crossbowmen, 2 swordsmen and 2 halberdiers. Felman Ingerson is absolutely ready to do that. His unit is fully sorted, so is Surtha X.
Journeying. Marauders all.
Ulf Einarsson is not personally fully healed, but that'll be enough, I think.
Laying to waste. Tremble, weaklings.
So it's not quite. I'm not quite comfortable auto-resolving that. I feel like it might kill off some of my units. I think it's like 55–60% to us. Is it a city? It shouldn't be. No, it's a battlefield. I'm going to fight this because I feel like auto-resolving it would lead to at least one of my units being killed, and I don't really want them killed, so it should be a relatively quick battle. I don't understand why the auto-resolve thinks that we're so weak. Arkady Tsarsko. Tsarsko? Arkady Tsarsko. Sarsko. Yeah, I think Sarsko. Arkady Sarsko is the captain of the garrison at Zoyshenk. Alright, they're coming from there and there. What we will try to do here is... I'm going to put the raiders at the front actually. The ones with throwing axes. And the javelin men at the back.
Marauder, chieftain.
And then Ulf will kind of be in front of the berserkers. What we're going to do is we're going to roleplay this battle a little bit. We're going to have Ulf Einarsson is actually going to try and win the battle before Surtha Ek and Felman Ingerson's Huskarl and their Huskarls can arrive. So the enemy are down there. We can't afford to really... where's their crossbow range? Oh, they actually appear to be falling back. So there's Surtha and his marauders. Or his Huskarls rather. And there is Felman and his Huskarls. They are here. So both of those guys are going to come sprinting towards the battlefield because they want to catch up with Einar. Einar's actually going to pick up the pace a bit now because he's seen the banners of Felman and Surtha coming in behind him. Look at the size of Einar compared to the rest of his men. They are in a really weird formation where they're not even bringing their crossbows to bear on Einar.
Very well. Change it, our corn demands. Bring us to carnage.
Wow, they broke fast.
Lusting for blood.
Chaos, my God's call. Get them. Yes, Lord. Give us carnage.
we go, the skin wolves have gotten into the crossbowmen, which is what I was hoping to do with them.
Show the masters.
That's not looking great for the enemy.
Shields up.
So it definitely wasn't a clean affair. We took some hefty damage on Aesling's tribe and Ulf's raiders with the throwing axes, but that's fine. We didn't lose any units, which was why I didn't want to auto-resolve.
Pagoda, chieftain. Strike now. For chaos.
There we go, there's the chain route. City battle, so we don't need to pursue anybody. Aesling's tribe with 200 kills, gaining themselves 2 chevrons. Ulf with 21 kills of his own, the skinwolves with 62, and his raiders with the throwing axes and the javelins 40 and 48 apiece. And no kills for Surtha Ekhoff, Elman Ingerson. So Ulf Einarsson somewhat putting himself to the forefront of Wulfrik's hunt for a right hand man. I think with that victory, Ulf has probably put Surtha and Felman firmly in his shadow now. Seems like the game is having a little bit of a moment here. There we go. And we shall raise this one for... You know what? We're going to have Ulf raise this for the eagle, which I believe is Tzeentch, who is the Lord of Change. Because Ulf now sees this as the time of change, where he surpasses Surtha and Felman. And as a result as well, oh, he's leveled up, which is lovely, lovely. He has got javelin men and axemen making up a large portion of his forces. So I think we will give him the Beast Slayers. Delighting in death and suffering, these savage warriors follow their ignoble lord wherever he goes. So that'll improve missile damage for Marauder Hunters, Marauder Horsemen and Marauder Horsemasters. As a result of winning the battle, he's already got the enchanted item, the Manticore Horn, from somewhere. He has Varag's Beast Trainer and a Grayling Warekin. But he is going to take... Ooh, okay. Ward save and physical resistance. Probably still better. He's going to take the armour of Silvered Steel. And he's also going to take the Obsidian Trinket, which grants him some 10% magic resistance. He's going to take an improved weapon as well. So he's currently got the Biting Blade, which does AP damage plus 8. Which is not actually that bad. But he's going to take the Fimir Hammer. Enables magical attacks, bonus versus large plus 8, and weapon strength plus 10%. And then is there anything in here that's going spare? No, not really. So he's already taking the lion's share of some of the spoils, as he sees is his right. Okay, Ice Drake Fjord. I think I said I wanted to get a ruinous altar in here.
True savages.
Lord not moved. Jason. How far can they get in one move? Not that far, so we're just gonna... We're gonna remain where we are. Hide in ambush. Alright. We've done everything we can do there. We come down here, we'll improve that. And then we'll look at the Hellspire Mountains, which is these three. Grayling Moot can actually be upgraded, so we'll do that first. And that's going to be the end of that turn. Maldred von Falkenstein. Sigwulf of the Gore Hunt is on the move. It's kind of following our path of destruction, searching the ruins we leave behind, apparently. And Garakis is on his way to Sal encampment. Failed to steal technology from it. I think there's a Kislevi army just there at the south. Okay, there is, but it's newly recruited.
By Sigma, no!
Mission failed, we didn't recruit any war beasts. Let the games begin, Aceling's Conclave. Good. Distract your people with brutish games. Crowds flock to the fighting pits and arenas to revel in the violence and forget their woes for a time. Lovely. I mean, it's not actually lovely, but... Alright, we're going to move Wulfrik into the Tower of Crack, because it will more or less replenish his army. And we're going to move Ulf up there as well. Preferably somewhere where he doesn't take attrition. We're going to move Surtha and Felman up there as well. Everybody is going to party over there for now.
This way.
Alright, good stuff. Throg is no longer there. Where has Throg gone? I don't know. Okay, so if we look towards the Hellspire Mountains, in the adjacent provinces we now have that, that, and that. So let's get rid of that. And we will build an ice troll lair in here now. Let's get rid of that, because we'll put the money building in there. And once we clear that spot, we might get this one, so we can get trolls and mammoths from Hellspire Mountains. Which will be, what, trolls and mammoths, and then the 2 support buildings, and then there'll be space for an additional one. That makes sense. That can be upgraded because it's just going to give us more money anyway. Okie do. Sigwulf of the Gore Hunt chasing us down, probably going to be annoying. Blocked Felman Ingerson's army. Florence Dubois, Bretonia's starting agent, still alive. Okido.
To the four corners.
Wulfrik still needs a turn to replenish his army fully. But I'm actually not going to do that right now. What I'm going to do is have him leave the city and raid for a turn, even though it's our province. And raiding is going to damage the public order. In fact, if we stop taxing it for a turn, it won't damage it at all. Although that really is rather pointless. Alright, Ice Drake Fjord. We're going to improve the Ruinous Altar to a Chaos Shrine. And we'll improve the Trophies of Battle to a Plunder Hall. And then at Grayling Moot, I believe we're waiting to make a Chaos Totem. Although you can get the... oh, you have a resource building as well. Well, definitely get that. Don't really care that none of my lords have moved. So we'll see what the next step in Frigostrex, Scion of the Cold Voids monster hunt is. Wulfrik actually gained the Raider trait from raiding his own province for one turn. That's funny. Sigwulf of the Gore Hunt. Attempting to steal technology and failing. And there's Throg with a 19 stack. Heading west. So we definitely need to get Wulfrik up there to face down Throg and confederate him. Dmitry Tsaryov is over at Bear Songling's camp and colonized it. Quest successful. So we've already read that bit. Wulfrik's gained the Raider trait. Hostile hero activity. Technology research, stronger ores. Mission issue. Defeat the following lord's army in battle. Engra Christiansen. Okay, whatever. The winds of magic have changed, apparently.
The eternal challenger.
Alright. Wulfrik needs to get a move on.
Embarking.
So he's gonna go. We are making a substantial amount of money right now.
War unceasing.
So Ulf Einarsson is gonna occupy the Tower of Crack.
Slaughter the sheep.
And we are going to start expanding his force a little bit. I do think the baseline Marauders are the only ones that actually have shields. Which is interesting. So we're going to kind of need a front line of some description. We'll recruit 3 just for now because it takes up 1 turn's worth of recruitment. And we'll kind of try and visualize where that's going to leave us. Meanwhile, Surtha and Felman, who are both disenfranchised with Ulf Einarsson, who has been granted more warriors because Wulfrik saw his victory at Zoishenk as a big deal. So that's why he's being allowed to recruit, and these two are pissed off that he took all the glory and didn't wait for them, so they're leaving. They're going to follow Wulfrik and try and curry some more favour. Right, everything that can be building there is building. That is not the case here. Get a longship builder. You have a resource building. Okay. Should probably get that. You don't need to have the cavalry building because we have one in the province right next door, so that can get demolished. We'll probably put the money building in there. More research is available. Raiders of the East. So the east lies lands ripe for plundering the treasuries and loot piles of Empire men, vampires and greenskins. That'll probably be the first one we do because we're not in the west. That's for... What? Oh, okay, that's Bretonnia, the Southern Kingdoms and Dwarves. And that is Dark Elf, High Elf, Lizardmen, Skaven and Tomb Kings. Okay. But I think for right now, we'll actually get the Horsemasters clinchers. So the correct expertise and equipment enables the Marauders' swift, blood-fed steeds to be ridden at their greatest speeds. 10 plus speed for all Marauder chariots and Marauder cavalry units. 10% plus charge bonus for all Marauder chariot and Marauder cavalry units as well. So that'll be quite nice. So we'll get that on the go. I'm not really sure where the... Okay, this is supposedly in progress. I'm guessing that's grayed out because we're already on one. So we just need to wait then, I suppose, for that. I think what we'll do here, guys, is I'm just going to double check some other communities, some of the RP communities that I'm in. We'll see whether there's going to be anything starting up on those, because sometimes it starts up around this time. So just bear with me a second while I check those out. No, not particularly there.
Connected.
Not there either.
Disconnected.
Alright. It does not look like there is anything particularly going on in those communities, guys. But what I'm going to do, since we've played 29 turns, we started on turn 31, we've basically doubled the campaign. We've got some interesting stuff going on. We've got hopefully the final showdown with Throg to confederate Wintertooth and bring him in as a lord. Wulfrik on his way with Felman Ingerson and Sirth Ek hanging on his cape tails. Jason or Jason, however you want to pronounce it, up here watching them from the pass. He's waiting for his chance to earn some glory with Wulfrik. Ulf Einarsson, of course, already earning his own glory. We're going to try and give him a bit of a bigger army so he can harass Kislev. Whether he gets a full stack or not, I don't know. It's going to depend on how much money we earn. We haven't taken a whole lot more land. We've taken Aesling's Conclave and Winterpire. We've burned Kazid Bordkarag, Fort Straghov and Zoyschenk. And that's pretty much been it. It's not been one for much in the way of taking territory, but I think Norscan campaigns, it's kind of hard to take a lot of territory anyway, because you can only take coastal settlements and capitals outside of Norsca. So that's not what we're doing. In terms of our short-term goal, which is to unite all of the Norscan tribes and start the Monster Hunt quests, we've started the first Monster Hunt quest. We've done the first stage of finding Frigastrex, the Cold Void, or Void Cold, whichever one it was. We're trying to track down Throg so we can confederate Wintertooth. Then all we've got to do is confederate with Gromadni over here. We might consider trying to confederate Aghol, and I know that Munger up there and Skeggy, whoa, excuse the lag on the map there, Skeggy are way down here somewhere. I don't know if we'll particularly go for them. We won't target them specifically. We've also begun one of Wulfrik's weapon quests, which is starting to point us towards Bretonnia, which is good, because our mid-term goal is to beat the Bretonians down, not beat them, just beat them down. We want to keep them on the back foot while we spread around the world and take coastal settlements. So it's good that that's pointing us in the right direction. What I'm going to do is I am going to end the stream here. For those of you who are still watching, I'm going to throw an invite to my Discord in the chat. That will be a permanent link for anybody who ends up watching the VOD in the next couple of weeks. That's there. And I'm also going to throw in a link to my YouTube channel where the first 31 turns of this campaign have been posted. They are still available right now as a VOD on Twitch, but pretty soon that'll disappear. So I am posting things to YouTube after it's done here. So this video will be going up on YouTube as well. and you guys can check me out over there if you want. Join the Discord, get chatting. It's a nice small community right now. It's very cozy, everybody's very friendly, and there's a lot of cool artists and writers in there, as well as streamers and community members. So we are going to end the stream here, guys. It's been a blast. I am actually really enjoying playing Norsca. I thought I'd have a problem with their unit variation, but I'm quite liking them. So I appreciate everybody who's tuned in. Love playing this game with you guys, and I will see you all soon. Be good.